So we might be lucky enough to see a very entertaining show shortly. Raw Story says the following: with CNN reporting that a few GOP lawmakers in both chambers are still making plans to dispute the Electoral College votes when they convene on January 6th, a senior Republican in the Senate said it will be a waste of time and not to bother. According to the report, some House members are making plans to disrupt the proceedings, which in most years is just a formality, with Donald Trump egging them on by insisting the election was stolen from him. According to the CNN report, House members need a senator to voice their objections that would force the Senate GOP conference to take a politically toxic vote on whether they're siding with Trump or not. The hope currently lies with incoming Senator Tommy Tuberville, a Republican of Alabama, who has admitted he is open to the idea of lending the president a helping hand. Oh, this is delicious. Yummy, yummy in my tummy, y'all. This would be the spark for an outright Republican civil war, and I would love to see it. I'm rooting for Tommy Tuberville to do what he's flirting with doing. Because what happened? So, by the way, this is mostly a formality. You know, Congress and the Senate certifying the Electoral College results. It's a formality. It's not real. Like, Biden is going to be president. The Electoral College already certified it. But this is just, you know, a tradition that happens. So whether or not they really do it is irrelevant. Biden's president, he's going to become president. But Republicans are now pretending like this is substantive. The Republicans in the media and the far right are now pretending like, well, this is our last stand. This is our last hope to get Trump to stay in office. And so the idea is you force the Republicans on the record. If one senator objects, you force the Republicans on record to say who sides with Trump and who doesn't. And, you would have plenty of Republican senators who say, no, he lost the election. Mitt Romney comes to mind. But there's going to be a lot with Mitt Romney. There's plenty of Republican senators who've kind of hinted like, this is over and let's stop being silly. So like Mitt Romney would be like, no, it's over. He lost. And you'd have, I don't know, maybe half of the Republicans are like, what are we doing? He lost. It's over. But then you would have the craziest half who are like, yeah, but no, maybe it's not over. I side with President Trump. And then it is just absolute chaos and absolute mayhem. And you have the right-wing media ecosystem totally turns on half the Republican senators. You have the other half who stand with Trump basically, you know, declaring their support for the idea of a coup. It's not going to happen, but it's the idea that I would love to overturn the election where Biden won by 7 million votes and Biden got 306 electoral votes. It's basically declaring, yeah, forget democracy. I'm going to side with the authoritarian strongmen. So I actually want them to do this, though, because it'll be a mess. It'll be chaos. And it's all in the Republican ranks. And you could sit back and have some popcorn and watch it unfold. Watch them eat their own alive. You ain't seen nothing yet with the corporate Democrats versus the left, that civil war going on in the Democratic Party. You know, the Bernie wing, the Justice Democrat wing versus the centrist corporatists. You ain't seen nothing yet. Because the left and the Democrats will look totally unified next to what could happen if Tommy Tuberville says, I object to the Electoral College results, and then Republicans are forced to take a vote. And the reason why, I bet you it's Mitch McConnell who's saying this is going to die. This attempt to overturn the election is going to die. I bet you it's Mitch McConnell warning everybody, because I'll tell you something. If Mitch McConnell can't keep a lid on all this, that absolutely hurts the Republicans' electoral chances moving forward, because you would have an outright civil war, the likes of which we've never seen within the Republican Party. And what Mitch McConnell doesn't want is he doesn't want to have this happen, and then you have the vote and get it on the record, and then basically the half of the party that doesn't side with Trump, they're screwed electorally because Trump still has the heart of the base. But then the other half of the party basically says, I don't care about democracy, and that's a bad thing in principle. It's a bad thing for the country. So Mitch McConnell doesn't want it to get to that point, so he's trying to keep a lid on all this. I bet you Republican leadership is trying to keep a lid on all this because they know it's over, they know it's done, and they just want to avoid the total breakdown and disintegration and civil war within the Republican Party. So I don't. I'm the opposite. I think that Tommy Tuberville should do this. I want to see this happen. I want to see this unfold. I want to see Trump pretend like now there's some sort of chance because half the Republican senators are like, yeah, overturn democracy. And Trump's acting like, maybe I'm going to be able to stay in. Maybe I'm going to be able to stay in. No, you won't, you child. This could be a very entertaining show. I'm for it. If you're on the left, you should probably be for it too.